In this presentation, we are going to learn about the meter bridge. The meter bridge is another form of Wheatstone bridge. It consists of a uniform manganese wire AB of 1 meter length. Look at the diagram. In between A and B, 1 meter manganese wire is attached, connected. This wire is stretched along the meter scale on a wooden board between two copper strips C and D. See the diagram, that L-shaped C and D metallic strips are there, that is mentioned here. Between these two copper strips, another copper strip E is mounted to enclose two gaps G1 and G2 as shown in figure. There in the photo, in between left gap and right gap, there is a metallic strip that is named as E. In between C and E, there is a gap, left gap, that is named as G1. In between E and D also another gap is there, that is called G2. An unknown resistance P is connected in G1 and a standard resistance Q is connected in G2. Usually, while starting the experiment, the unknown resistance that should be connected across the left gap. The known resistance box, decayed resistance box or standard resistance box to be connected across the right gap. A jockey, a conducting wire, is connected to the terminal E on the central copper strip through a galvanometer and a high resistance. Usually the three things, galvanometer, high resistance, jockey, all the three to be connected together in series. The one end of the galvanometer to be connected with E end. The exact position of the jockey on the wire can be read on the scale. Here 1 meter scale is there. By using that, we are able to measure the balancing length. And then a Lagrange cell that is to be connected across the ends of the meter bridge wire. That Lagrange cell, that one will give the sufficient power supply or EMF for the operation of the meter bridge. Later we will see the circuit diagram. There you can see the known resistance, unknown resistance, and also the Lagrange cell. So this is the construction part of the meter bridge. Here we are going to compare the Wheatstone network and meter bridge. Meter bridge is the practical device that is based on the Wheatstone bridge. Here we are going to compare both together in the form of diagrams. Look at the Wheatstone network circuit diagram. There P resistance is there, that is nothing but the unknown resistance which is connected across the gap G1. The Q resistance in Wheatstone network, that is nothing but the standard resistance box connected across G2. Here the resistance R in Wheatstone network, that is nothing but the resistance offered by the L1 balancing length across A and J. And the final resistance S is nothing but the small length L2 is there, no, that part offers some amount of resistance, that is S. So here don't think that this is different and that is different. This Wheatstone network is a theoretical one. Meter bridge circuit is a practical one. Okay. By using this meter bridge circuit, we are going to measure the resistance of the unknown coil. Here one coil is there, its resistance is not known. Therefore this is called unknown resistance. Its value to be found, and then after finding the resistance of the unknown wire, we have to find out the specific resistance of the unknown wire also. Okay. Now we will see the steps one by one. In between A end and B end, the Lagrange cell is connected along with the key. Both are in series. That one gives the sufficient EMF from which you will be getting the conventional current that flows through the meter bridge wire. In between A and B, that manganese wire is connected. The red one that shows the manganese wire of length 1 meter, that is stretched and connected in between A and B. Here, this is unknown coil. It is made up of nichrome or manganese or constantan. Here, its resistance should be found out. This is unknown one. Here, one decayed resistance box is connected. Decayed resistance box means its value, resistance value, can be varied right from 1 ohm up to 10 ohm. So this is known resistance box. And then from this terminal can be named as E. From the terminal E, galvanometer, high resistance jockey, all the three are connected together. The jockey is a movable metal pin, so that can be placed on the wire. It can be moved here and there. Very closer to the 1 meter wire, there is a scale. 1 meter scale is there. The length of the wire is also 1 meter. Scale length is also 1 meter. So with the help of scale, we are able to measure the balancing length. Now I will tell you how to start the experiment. Here, this is the unknown one. P is the unknown one. Okay. Now, with the help of the condition of Wheatstone network, we will write the basic formula. P by Q is equal to R by S. This is the condition for bridge balance in Wheatstone network. The same formula to be used as a basic. So here P is nothing but this unknown resistance, Q is known resistance. We have to fix up some value here. With the help of dial, we have to fix up some known resistance. Okay, so this is known one. 2 ohm, 3 ohm, any value you can fix it up here. And then R and S. Now we are going to see what is R and what is S. R is the resistance of this part and S is the resistance of this part. First you look at the important formula here. Resistance of any piece of wire can be measured by the formula rho L by A. First I am going to write the formula for R. How to write R? For this part, AJ part, I am going to write R is equal to, how to write, rho L1 divided by A. Here this is the L1. This part is called balancing length L1. Therefore rho L1 divided by A can be written. For S part we can write another formula. Rho L2 divided by A. Here area of cross section of AJ part, area of cross section of JB part, both are similar. Therefore you do not write A1, A2. Length alone varies. Now we are going to see what is L1 and what is L2. Look at very important part. We are going to do the same experiment in the practical also. Again I will explain. Now after fixing some value of resistance, known value, the jockey, that metallic pin, that should be placed very closer to A. Slowly you move this on the wire, 1 meter wire. If you move the jockey on the 1 meter wire, after reaching a particular distance L1, the galvanometer will show zero deflection. When it shows zero deflection, it shows that the current passing through the galvanometer is zero. By the time this bridge is in balanced condition. Bridge is in balanced condition means P by Q will be equal to R by S. By the time galvanometer current will be zero. By the time you stop moving the jockey and measure the length, that is nothing but L1. Are you clear? And then L2. L2 that could be measured very easily because the total length of the wire is 100 centimeters, that is 1 meter, minus L1. Okay, for example, if it is 45 mean, this length is 45 means 100 minus 45, 55. So to calculate L2, what you have to do? That L1 to be subtracted from 100, you will get L2. So by adjusting the jockey, you can easily measure the balancing length. That is nothing but L1. The remaining length is L2. Substitute the values in the formula. P divided by Q is equal to, that resistance of this part is contributed by length L1. Resistance of this part is contributed by L2. I am going to substitute both the two formula here. Rho L1 divided by A whole divided by rho L2 divided by A. Cancel the common factor. What is rho? Resistivity. Here this part is also having some resistivity. This part is also having some resistivity. Here both are made up of same material. Therefore rho is constant. Area of cross section is constant. So rho can be cancelled. A can be cancelled. Therefore the remaining factor is L1 divided by L2. Okay, so finally we can write it as the important thing, P by Q is equal to L1 divided by L2. So this is the formula. Which one is unknown one? This P is unknown one. So now I am going to write the formula for P. P is equal to, cross multiply this, Q L1 divided by L2. So this is the formula from which we are able to measure the unknown resistance of the coil. Here Q is known. We have set some value, resistance value. By knowing L1 and L2 substitute, we will get some amount of ohm. And then I have already told that one more factor must be calculated for this resistance, that is called specific resistance. Here the specific resistance formula is rho is equal to R A by L. This is the formula. After finding the unknown resistance, this unknown resistance to be removed. This unknown resistance from the circuit that is to be removed, this unknown resistance coil that should be stretched. After stretching, measure the length. That length must be substituted. And then here we know the value of resistance. Here it is in the name of P. Therefore instead of R, we can write P. The area of cross section of the wire that can be written as pi r square. It will be in the form of circle, therefore pi r square divided by L. Okay. Now P is known. R, radius of the wire can be measured with the help of screw gauge, and the length of the wire, after stretching you can measure the length by using scale. Substitute the value of length, radius, resistance, you will get the value of rho. What is rho? Specific resistance of the wire. This wire, very important. This wire's resistance, this wire's specific resistance, both are measured. That should be given in terms of ohm meter. Okay, so this is the experiments explanation about meter bridge. Okay, you are going to do the same thing in practical. By the time it will be more clear. Okay, thank you.